Hello dear viewers. Today I will show you 10 of the most beautiful places in the world. Maroon Bells, USA. The Maroon Bells are two 14,000-foot peaks in the Elk Mountains that are mirrored in crystal clear Maroon Lake, snuggled in a glacial valley, only about 10 miles from Aspen, Colorado. They are the crown jewels of the Rocky Mountains and, without a doubt, one of the most photographed sights in the country. It's hard to say when the timeless beauty of these two sentinels reflected in the lake is more striking: in the summer, when every hiking trail leads you through fields of wildflowers; in the fall, when tall aspen trees dazzle with a rainbow of fall colors; or in the winter, when snow and ice silence the world. The best photo opportunities can be found on one of the many hiking paths. Motor vehicle access is limited. Fly fishermen frequent the lake, and even if they don't catch anything, the scenery is breathtaking. The Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon is a massive gorge cut by the Colorado River over the last 5,000 years that is steep, 1 mile deep, and up to 18 miles wide. Its sheer magnitude is amazing, and while even from the best vantage point you can only view a small section of it, its geology and age pique the interest. The colorful layers of rock show the passage of time, with some of the rocks at the bottom dating back 1.8 billion years. There's a lot of life growing on the canyon's steep sides, and you'll see more of it if you hike the northern rim paths, which are also less popular. Ia, Santorini, Greece. Ia is the most popular and possibly the most beautiful of all the scenic towns on the Greek island of Santorini, located on top of a cliff with a fantastic view of the Palea volcano, Nea Kameni, and the island of Thracia. Ia, located in the north of the island, is only 11 kilometers from Fjord and will enchant you with its classic stone buildings lining the small streets, stunning blue domed churches, and sun-baked verandas. While the village has its share of taverns, souvenir stores, and cafes, Ia is more tranquil and laid-back than popular Fjord, and most visitors enjoy the area's modest beauty by quietly wandering around its tiny alleys. Stroll through the area's little harbor of Amalfi by descending 300 steps down the cliff, or explore vibrant galleries displaying the work of the many artists who have fallen in love with the village and made it their home. Many people consider Ia, Santorini, to be one of the most beautiful spots on the planet. Amalfi Coast, Italy. The Amalfi Coast is a spectacularly stunning length of craggy coastline on the edge of the Sorrentine Peninsula in Campania, Italy. The coast looks like something a romantic artist might have imagined: sheer cliffs plunging into the azure sea, tiny golden beaches hidden in secluded coves, pastel sun-washed villages hugging the steep slopes of Mount Ravello, and fragrant orange groves competing for attention with ancient vineyards, for about 50 kilometers. Great Barrier Reef in Australia. The Great Barrier Reef is the only living object on Earth that can be viewed from space. This 2,300 kilometers long complex ecosystem, off the coast of Queensland, contains more than 3,000 different reef systems, coral keys, and hundreds of tiny and large islands with beautiful white sand beaches. While the reef is stunning on the surface, it is truly breathtaking underwater, where a living world of more than 600 different types of soft and hard coral creates a colorful and hypnotic home for many tropical fish, sea stars, mollusks, turtles, sharks, and dolphins. Moraine Lake in Canada. Moraine Lake, a little, silly glacier-fed jewel surrounded by towering mountains, massive waterfalls, and ancient rock piles in the secluded valley of the 10 Peaks in the Canadian Rockies, is an emerald beauty that takes your breath away. The water in the lake rises and changes color as the glaciers melt. Knowing that the color is changed by the silt delivered by glacier streams may take away some of its beauty. Hiking trails run through the entire area, providing varied views of the lake depending on your elevation or location. You can also admire it from a kayak or canoe, or just by sitting on a rock near the river's edge. Take it all in, since no photo can do it justice. Niagara Falls. 3 huge waterfalls that define the border between Canada and the United States are known as Niagara Falls. The falls are located between Lake Erie and Lake Ontario on the Niagara River. When water from the Great Lakes broke through the Niagara Escarpment on its way to the Atlantic Ocean at the end of the last ice age, the falls were formed. The falls are a famous tourist attraction, attracting honeymooners, families, and daredevils of all types, from those who rode down the falls in a barrel to those who stretched a wire over the falls and walked across it. The falls have inspired hundreds of painters to create beautiful works of art, and they continue to inspire millions of visitors who come to admire nature's majesty, power, and stunning beauty. Blue Lagoon in Iceland. The Blue Lagoon is a remarkable geothermal spa in Iceland, nestled in the center of a lava field on the Reykjanes Peninsula between Reykjavik and Keflavik International Airport. The Blue Lagoon, with its milky white tranquil waters, is an unique sight even for Iceland, which is known for its strange and curious scenery. The lagoon was created by humans and is fed by water from the nearby Svartsengi geothermal power station. Actually, before being utilized for beauty and relaxation, the water that gets to the spa has a few chores to do. Superheated water is funneled from below near a lava flow and then used to run turbines and generate electricity. The hot water and steam flow via a heat exchanger after going through the turbines and supply hot water for a city water heating system. The water is then pumped into the lagoon for therapeutic and recreational uses. Bathing at the Blue Lagoon is useful for certain skin disorders because the warm waters are rich in silica, sulfur, and other minerals. Hardanger Fjord in Norway. Hardanger is considered Norway's most picturesque fjord in a country with hundreds of them. This fjord, which was formed by glaciers, is about 15 kilometers long and 1.5 kilometers wide at its widest point. The infrequent abandoned mountain farms bore evidence to humankind's relentless efforts to conquer nature and find a foothold, with almost sheer mountain slopes and no habitable coast. The ferry is the most popular way to see the fjord, but kayaking is just as enjoyable. You'll pass by magnificent waterfalls cascading down high mountain cliffs, creating a perpetual layer of fog and infinite rainbows. Another way to see the fjord is to travel up steep mountainsides on the famous Trollstigen Road, which was built in 1936 in an amazing feat of engineering and snakes up steep mountainsides, narrow, with stone railings on occasion, and passing by massive waterfalls. It is nerve-wracking yet absolutely fascinating. The sheer cliffs provide a supreme challenge for climbing, rappelling, and ziplining, making the entire area a dreamland for daredevils and adrenaline junkies. And on number 1. Bora Bora, located in French Polynesia. A dreamy island with a dormant volcano at its center, thick jungle, and an emerald necklace of tiny sand-fringed islets that form a blue lagoon hiding rich coral reefs and myriad of colorful fish lies far, far away in the vast South Pacific. As soon as you see this amazing area when flying in a small plane from nearby Tahiti, you realize you've arrived on one of the world's most beautiful islands, where luxurious resorts fight with lush nature to meet your every wish. Many honeymooners visit to Bora Bora to stay in one of the many thatch-roofed romantic villas situated over water, where room service is served by canoe. Bora Bora is the most romantic and extravagantly beautiful destination on the planet. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hammer that like and subscribe button. Really don't.